So recently I've been thinking about different funny things that I've done in my life, and today I want to share with you a story about the time I accidentally drugged myself. So let me take you back. It's 2016, I'm about 16 years old, and I'm just hanging out at my aunt and uncle's house for the summer. At the time, I'm a big boy. I'm talking hungry. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I got work in the morning. And what's the worst kind of thing for a hungry boy like me to find? Candy. I'm talking peach rings. And like a big boy like me, I decide I'm gonna eat a whole handful of them. 5 or 6. But I got work in the morning, so shortly after that, I decide I'm gonna lay down and start going to bed. But around 30-45 minutes later, as I'm still trying to fall asleep, I start to feel weird, a little fuzzy, and shortly after that, I begin to melt into the couch that I'm sleeping on. And not being a complete moron, I start to realize the terrible mistake that I have made. But, as a handful of gummies will do, it knocks me right out. And then, I'm suddenly shaken awake from my aunt telling me it's time to go to work. At the time I didn't drive, so this is normal. But what isn't normal is the fact that the entire world is vibrating, and I can't speak. So with what little words I can, I mutter, "Okay," and I get in the car and kind of stare off into space. At the time I worked at Subway. Shortly after arriving, I was starving, so I decided to make myself a sandwich. But not just a sandwich, I made myself 2 sandwiches. So what does a genius like me do? I go to the bathroom and I sit in there for a while. And when I emerge, I let my coworkers know that I have just vomited everywhere, and I'm not going to be able to continue, and I need to go home. And my coworkers, probably just by looking at me, realize, yeah, this person does look messed up in some shape or form, and agree, yeah, you can go home. So I get my things and I walk outside. But this is when it starts to dawn on me. I can't really call my aunt and explain that I'm too baked to continue to work, so I attempt to walk home. But the thing is, the walk home is separated by a highway. So I walk a couple blocks down and I get to a part where I have to cross. And this is where visions of Frogger pop into my head. And I attempt to cross 2-3 times, but this is where the paranoia has fully set in, and I'm freaking out. So this is where I break. I call my aunt, and she comes by, and just by looking at me, she knows something is up. As soon as I get in the car, we drive a little bit down the road, and she says one thing to me. "You got into my candy, didn't you?" So yeah, that's my story about how I accidentally drugged myself. Thanks.